By that you mean that majority of your business comes through the trade?
Yes, most comes through retail agents and online companies. We do have work with the technological companies. We're also looking to work with airlines, hotel groups, attraction companies. So, really, most people here at World Travel Market is a potential customer for us.
I think working with the travel trade is very important because I think at this point in time, not many tour operators sell Macau as a standard, among their packages. So I think that is a very, very important, place for us to start, to work together with the tour operators.
In 2008, we increased the capacity, the airline capacity, the flights to Israel. We have 2 airlines operating to the Israeli destination. First of all, Thomson from London, Luton, and from Manchester, and BMI. So they recognized the opportunity with the Israeli market.
There's increasing evidence that the travelling public is looking to do their bit to save the planet. And if you can stay at a hotel that's installed equipment that reduces its power consumption and its CO2 emissions, then you as a customer are going to be happier going to that hotel.
So what we're trying to do is bring together all of the elements of sustainable travel. But we actually are trying to be as inclusive as possible to bring in large hotels that have quality 4- and 5-star hotels, to bring them in to the fold as opposed to leave them out. They are the ones who are creating the most of the jobs in these regions. They're the ones who are delivering the highest quality accommodations. This is luxury travel after all.
During the economic atmosphere that we are living in the world now, support us. When we look at the West European countries, Spain, Portugal, France, and Italy, etc., we are cheaper and we offer more quality product for the UK people.
There are just so much going on, and as I say, some of these are spectator sports, some of them are sports where you can go and participate. So whether that's as a family or whether you want to try something new like camel polo, that's pretty unique. Or if you're an adrenaline junkie, there is just so much to do in Dubai, and I think again that's part of our strategy for next year, is to better explain some of these more diverse and less written about activities that are available in Dubai.
Responsible travel is well known throughout the UK and a lot of Europe. Of course, we're hoping for many bookings through responsible travel, but I think the main thing it's going to get is awareness, which is very good. Siemens and the Grenadines is still fairly new on the market compared to some of our competition, and I think once people see what the product has to offer, that we'll only get more inquiries and more bookings in terms of...
Well, in the past, Malta was marketed mainly as sun and sea and full stop, and that is why way back in the 80s, out of 900,000 tourists, 700,000 were mainly from the UK and Germany. Nowadays, although the UK is still by far the largest market, countries like Spain and Italy and France have grown in leaps and bounds, and that is because Malta has been marketed as a short breaks destination.
Because Mauritius is eco-friendly. Everything is being adopted in Mauritius. We have adopted new laws so that, and all the people of Mauritius and together with the stakeholders, they are now more and more conscious of having an eco-friendly policy. This is one thing which is of high importance because this is an island state. And
our tourism from the UK is about 10% of our tourism, roughly 60% from the USA. And so just as we were thinking, well, we will do a little bit more in the UK, we had the XL collapse, which was the only service to St. Kitts. XL leaving the Caribbean hurt the Caribbean quite a bit.
If we are to ensure that as a region we recover our market share, then we need to market the Caribbean as one economic unit. We need to treat it as one economic unit. I also feel that with the challenges ahead of us, it means that each of us will have less in terms of resources. We will be faced with difficulties with respect to demand for the individual destinations. And so we need to consolidate.
I think we're in an extremely competitive position internationally. Britain's as cheap as it's been for the best part of a decade. The dollar's up 27% in a year since the beginning of the year against the pound. The euro up 10% plus in the same period. So prices are right in terms of exchange rate. The other thing that's happening for international travellers is that prices are right in the sense that all of the suppliers are sharpening their pencil, which is great. At the same time, of course, the other side of the currency effect is it encourages the Brits to stay at home, and it's one of the reasons why we're really beginning to focus on the concept of explore Britain. We don't want you to just visit it, because visitors sometimes stay in London. We know that's the big hub, it's the big attraction. We need people both at home and from abroad to explore Britain, and it's a great time to do that.
We're now in the midst of an economic downturn. What is South African tourism doing to try and maintain market share?
Well, I mean, one of the most aggressive stand that we took, it's earlier this year, in January, we committed a total of about 50 million pounds in global television deal, covering the world, I mean, basically wall to wall. We are on CNN, we are on BBC, we are on Fox, we are on Eurosport, and basically, and of course, Travel Mall, which is actually one of the channels that we've used quite significantly. That is a very, very important step that we've taken. That is actually quite big.
Well, there's lots of legislation about principal status, package directive, TOMS, all this sort of stuff. Presumably that's going to work itself out over the next couple of years, and you're presumably going to make a decision whether to maintain the principal status or not.
To be honest, we are not going to take the decision. I think the Inland Revenue is going to take the decision for us. So we wrote to them, and what we are asking is to play level with our competition. So either we keep the principal status as a possibility, and everybody's going to come to the VIT scheme, or we are going to be exempted, and I hope the Inland Revenue is going to see that favorably, that if everybody is, why not you travel?
We should be experiencing a downturn. We're actually experiencing an upturn. We're actually we're having a really, really busy period at the moment. We're signing up new customers who I think want to use the technology to cut costs and improve their processes that they've got in place.
We love what we're doing. We're a family operation, but it's become a much bigger operation. It's one big family, and we intend keeping it that way. We had our best year this year. Next year we have on our running shoes right now. We know that next year has its big challenges, and we're gonna do our best with it, with the emphasis on value.
Now I just came from a conference of Country Brand Index, and Peru for the second year has been ranked as one of the most authentic countries. Last year we were in position number 9, now we're in position number 7. What it means is that when customers go to Peru, they'll find the possibility to interact with locals, to have unique experiences.
In the beginning of the year we had problems politically, but now we are stable with the coalition government. It's working very well. We are focused on what should be done right. All travel advisories are positive now for Kenya. Kenya is safe, and also even during the difficult times, no single tourist was attacked, and not a single resort or tourism circuits were attacked or destroyed.
The Formula One really did a fantastic job for us in terms of media coverage. I think in the UK we generated £12 million worth of coverage, which we are really pleased with. But I think there's more that we can do, but we like to choose the right ones.
We're having a lot of people who are coming for adventure. And I think that Jordan can offer a very well-developed standalone destination that can take at least 10 days of a tourist. We're trying our best to lengthen the period of stay of a tourist, and I think we're succeeding with the British tourists because they are actually among those who stay longer than others.
It's interesting. We get a lot of benefit from the halo of the Travelport brand, and there are certain technology advantages we get being part of Travelport, but one of the unique things about GTA is we're a network business. And we have many nodes of customers, we have many nodes of suppliers. So we have 23,000 hotel relationships, we have 20,000+ services relationships, we have 30,000+ customer relationships, and we bring many to many. So in fact, our relationships typically are not gigantic relationships with any one customer or any one supplier, and I think it's one of the unique qualities of our marketplace.